I am Mark Greenstein, and for this early part of the year, I want to preview each of the issues raised by Russell Blair as troublesome ones for the upcoming year for Ned Lamont. First three are not troublesome. I'm Mark Greenstein. Hear me out. Ned, tolls, only if you need it, okay? Don't use it right away. And if you need it, there's a much better way than tolling 4-lane highways, because instantly the enemies that are created by the divide commuters who need highways and those who only use local roads and then get a free ride, instantly they're at war. You don't have a war if you do every mile traveled equally and small, okay? 2 cents a mile for a small car, maybe more for trucks. If you want to do the out-of-state trucks even more, I think that's kind of petty and envious, but fine. You have control with mileage-based use fees. They're throughout the state. They cost a fraction of what gantries are going to be cost. They don't require these studies of who's going to go off-road and on-road because there's no incentive to being on a highway versus a local road. Wherever you travel, times potentially the weight of your vehicle, is how you get billed. How is it tracked? Satellites and cell phone technology. We have it. They're in use in Oregon now. They're going to be in use in Delaware. Come on, this makes so much more sense. Once again, only if we really need the revenue. Now, number 2, according to Russell Blair, sports betting. Here's your revenue. Maybe you don't need any mileage-based tolling, because if you become an Eastern Mecca for sports wagering, you end up probably obliterating any amount that would come from tolling. You can raise a lot of money. Look, do this by the end of January, and 3 days later is the Super Bowl. $2 million instantly in the coffers of Connecticut with just a 1% vigorish, okay? Don't extract a lot of money. Let betting parlors proliferate. Let towns decide whether they want to have them in the first place, okay? I think most cities will say yes. Many suburban areas will say yes. Many won't. Leave it up to them. And don't worry about the compact with the tribes, okay? End it. The compact with the tribes is not bringing in that much money anymore. It's due to go down, 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 especially with MGM and another casino lighting up in Rhode Island. So this should not be a tether. You can renegotiate with the tribes, or you could say, you're just going to get taxed like everybody else. We'll still collect the 6.35% revenue, and you've had a great ride, the Mashantuckets, for 30 years, okay? Your teenagers get Lamborghinis or equal amounts in terms of spending money just for being alive and having that bloodline. That's an undue windfall you've had for 30 years. It's time to renegotiate, and if they don't want to do it, just end it. Let's do what's best for the state, across the state, not for a couple tribes, with very few real members, by the way. Final one, marijuana. This is a no-brainer. I think you're in favor of it, but here's the deal. Don't regulate it, okay? Don't, or regulate it minimally, okay? You want to say no to minors, fine. But otherwise, have marijuana available at CVS and Rite Aids, just as popcorn is or aspirin is, okay? Maybe again the over 18 requirement, and maybe in places where marijuana is being served to patrons, possibly you have a dram shop law, something like what there is for alcohol, that the bartender in bars is liable for over-serving somebody totally inebriated, likely to do damage. Now, marijuana is so benign that I'm not sure there's even an issue, because if anything, people who are really stoned, they drive really slowly, okay? This is not like the problems of alcohol, but that's the minimal amount. Make Connecticut, as I say, a mecca for businesses to innovate with agricultural products. And marijuana is going to be an appealing one for a while, okay? The rest of the states are going to catch up. We're already behind Massachusetts. We're going to fall behind New York when they enact it. Might as well, A, catch us up and get us ahead by being the free-minded in ways that Massachusetts and New York never will. All right, I hope this is helpful. Happy New Year.